Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 27 September 2024 are follows. Bengali date 10 Aশ্বিন 1431. As per Benimadovsil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Dasami and up to 1626 hours and after that Krishna Ekadashi. Today's Nakshatra, Punarvasu Nakshatra and up to 0403 hours and after that Pusha Nakshatra. Today is 271st day of the year. There are then 95 days left in 2024. Today is 39th Friday of 2024. Today is Google's 26th birthday. Google's birthday is September 27th, which is the day the company celebrates to mark a significant search indexing milestone. Google was incorporated on September 4, 1998, but celebrates its birthday on September 27. Founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin in a Menlo Park garage, Google has evolved into a leading tech company with services like Gmail and Google Drive. Today is World Tourism Day. Since 1980, the United Nations World Tourism Organization has celebrated World Tourism Day as international observance on September 27. This date was chosen as on that day in 1970 the statutes of the UNWTO were adopted. The adoption of these statutes is considered a milestone in global tourism. The purpose of this day is to raise awareness on the role of tourism within the international community and to demonstrate how it affects social, cultural, political, and economic values worldwide. At its 12th session in Istanbul, Turkey, in October 1997, the UNWTO General Assembly decided to designate a host country each year to act as the organization's partner in the celebration of World Tourism Day. At its 15th session in Beijing, China, in October 2003, the Assembly decided the following geographic order to be followed for World Tourism Day celebration: 2006 in Europe, 2007 in South Asia, 2008 in the Americas, 2009 in Africa, and 2011 in the Middle East. The late Ignatius Amadua Atigbe, a Nigerian national, was the one who proposed the idea of marking September 27 of every year as World Tourism Day. He was finally recognized for his contribution in 2009. The color of World Tourism Day is blue. World Tourism Day's primary objective is to highlight the significance of tourism on a global scale. Apart from the economic impact that tourism brings to a country, it also plays a role in influencing the social, political, and cultural environment of the country. The primary objective of World Tourism Day is to underscore the importance of tourism on a global scale. Beyond its economic impact, tourism significantly influences the social, political, and cultural fabric of countries and regions. By celebrating this day, nations seek to emphasize that tourism isn't just about revenue, it's also about fostering connections, understanding diverse cultures, and promoting sustainable practices. Today's Norman conquest began. On this day in 1066, after being delayed by bad weather, William, Duke of Normandy, embarked his army and set sail for the southeastern coast of England in what would be known in history as the Norman Conquest. Today is death anniversary of Raja Ram Mohan Rai, 22nd May 1772 to 27 September 1833. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, the father of Indian Renaissance, was an Indian reformer and writer who was one of the founders of the Brahmo Sabha in 1828, the precursor of the Brahmo Samaj, social religious reform movement in the Indian subcontinent. He was given the title of Raja by Mughal Emperor Akbar II. His influence was apparent in the fields of politics, public administration, education, and religion. He was known for his efforts to abolish the practices of sati and child marriage. Rai wrote Gaudiya Bakaron, which was the first complete Bangla grammar written book. Today is death anniversary of Miss Kamini Rai, 12 October 1864 to 27 September 1933. Kamini Rai was a Bengali poet, social worker, and feminist in British India. She was the first woman honours graduate in British India. Besides delivering rousing speeches as co-founder of 1921 born Bangio Nari Samaj, an organization that was instrumental in earning Bengali women the right to vote in 1926, Kamini also introduced the visiting members of the Labour Commission to the grievances of working class women of Bengal. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Grazia, 27 September 1871 to 15 August 1936. Regia Maria Cosima Damiana Deledda was an Italian writer who received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1926 for her idealistically inspired writings, which with plastic clarity picture in the life on her native island, that is Sardinia, and with depth and sympathy deal with human problems in general. She was the first Italian woman to receive the prize, and only the second woman in general after Selma Lagerlöf was awarded hers in 1909. Today is birth anniversary of Sir Martin Ryle, 27 September 1918 to 14 October 1984. Sir Martin Ryle was an English radio astronomer who developed revolutionary radio telescope systems, aperture synthesis, and used them for accurate location and imaging of weak radio sources. In 1946, Rayleigh and Derek von Berg were the first people to publish interferometric astronomical measurements at radio wavelengths. With improved equipment, Rayleigh observed the most distant known galaxies in the universe at that time. He was the first professor of radio astronomy in the University of Cambridge and founding director of the Mullard Radio Astronomical Observatory. He was the 12th astronomer royal from 1972 to 1982. Rayleigh and Anthony Hughes shared the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1974, the first Nobel Prize awarded in recognition of astronomical research. In the 1970s, Rayleigh turned the greater part of his attention from astronomy to social and political issues, which he considered to be more urgent. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Oliver E. Williamson, 27 September 1932 to 21st May 2020. Oliver Eaton Williamson was an American economist, a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, and recipient of the 2009 Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences, which is shared with Elinor Ostrom. His contributions to transaction cost economics and the theory of the firm have been influential in the social sciences, law, and economics. Williamson described his work as a blend of soft social science and abstract economic theory. 1922, Constantine I of Greece abdicates. Constantine I of Greece abdicated in favor of his son George II after a military revolt. 1937, the Bali tiger goes extinct. Native to the Indonesian island of Bali, the Bali tiger was made extinct due to human activities and hunting. On this day, the last known adult Balinese tiger was shot dead. 1940, Triparty Pact is signed. Tripartite Pact agreement concluded by Germany, Italy, and Japan on September 27, 1940, 1 year after the start of World War II, created a defense alliance between the countries and was largely intended to deter the United States from entering the conflict. 1962 Establishment of Yemen Arab Republic. Colonel Sellal proclaimed the Yemen Arab Republic (YAR) on September 27, 1962, and the Revolutionary Council (RC) headed by Colonel Sellal took control of the government of September 28, 1962. 1996 Taliban take over Kabul. On September 27, 1996, in Afghanistan, the Taliban, a band of former seminary students, drove the government of President Burhanuddin Rabbani out of Kabul, captured the capital, and executed former leader Najibullah. Today's, that is 27 September, a highlight in history. 1605, the armies of Sweden are defeated by the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in the Battle of Kircholom. 1669, the Venetians surrendered the fortress of Candia to the Ottomans, thus ending the 21-year-long siege of Candia. 1777, American Revolution. Lancaster, Pennsylvania becomes the capital of the United States for 1 day after Congress evacuates Philadelphia. 1779, John Adams was named by Congress to negotiate the Revolutionary War peace terms with Britain. 1791, the National Assembly of France votes to award full citizenship to Jews. 1821, the Army of the Three Guarantees triumphantly enters Mexico City, led by Augustin de Iturbide. The following day, Mexico is declared independent. 1822, Jean-Francois Champollion officially informs the Académie des inscriptions et belles lettres in France that he has deciphered the Rosetta Stone. 1825, the world's first public railway to use steam locomotives, the Stockton and Darlington Railway, is ceremonially opened with the engine locomotion pulling wagons with coal and passengers from Shildon to Darlington to Stockton. 1854, the paddle steamer SS Arctic, owned by the Collins Line of Newark, sinks off the coast of Newfoundland following a collision with a smaller vessel, the SS Vesta. Only 88 of over 300 people on board survive. About a dozen of the occupants of the Vesta are killed when their lifeboat is hit by the Arctic. 1875, the merchant sailing ship Ellen Southard is wrecked in a storm at Liverpool. 1903, wreck of the Old 97, an American rail disaster in which 11 people are killed. It later becomes the subject of a popular ballad. 1908, production of the Model T automobile begins at the Ford Pickett Avenue plant in Detroit. 1916, Ilyasu V is proclaimed deposed as ruler of Ethiopia in a palace coup in favor of his aunt Judithu. 1922, King Constantine I of Greece abdicates his throne in favor of his eldest son George II. 1928, the Republic of China is recognized by the United States. 1930, Bobby Jones wins the Pre-Masters Grand Slam of golf. 1939, Warsaw, Poland surrendered after weeks of resistance to invading forces from Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union during World War II. 1938, the ocean liner Queen Elizabeth is launched in Glasgow. 1940, World War II, the Tripartite Pact is signed in Berlin by Germany, Japan and Italy. 1941, World War II, the Greek National Liberation Front is established with Georgios Santiago as acting leader. 1941, the SS Patrick Henry is launched, becoming the first of more than 2,700 Liberty ships. 1942, World War II, last day of the Matanikau action on Guadalcanal as United States Marines barely escaped after being surrounded by Japanese forces. 1944, World War II, the Castle mission results in the largest loss by USAF group on any mission during the war. 1949, Jane Liansong's design is chosen as the flag of the People's Republic of China. 1956, USAF Captain Milburn G. Apt becomes the first person to exceed Mach 3. Shortly thereafter, the Bell X-2 goes out of control and Captain Apt is killed. 1956, Olympic track and field gold medalist and Hall of Fame golfer Babe Didrikson Jaharias died in Galveston, Texas at the age 45. 1959, Typhoon Vera kills nearly 5,000 people in Japan. 1962, the Yemen Arab Republic is established. 1964, the British TSR-2 aircraft XR-219 makes its maiden flight. 1964, the government publicly released the report of the Warren Commission, which concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald had acted alone in assassinating President John F. Kennedy. 1973, Texas International Airlines Flight 655 crashes into the Black Fork Mountain wilderness near Mena, Arkansas, killing all 11 people on board. 1975, last use of capital punishment in Spain sparks worldwide protests. 1977, Japan Airlines Flight 715 crashes on approach to Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport in Subang, Malaysia, killing 34 of the 79 people on board. 1979, Congress gave its final approval to forming the U.S. Department of Education. 1988, the National League for Democracy is formed by Aung San Suu Kyi and others to fight dictatorship in Myanmar. 1991, President George 1991, President George Bush announced in a nationally broadcast address that he was eliminating all U.S. battlefield nuclear weapons and called on the Soviet Union to match the gesture. 1993, the Sukhumi massacre takes place in Abkhazia. 1994, more than 350 Republican congressional candidates gathered on the steps of the U.S. Capitol to sign the contract with America, a 10-point platform they pledged to enact if voters sent a GOP majority to the House. 1996, the Battle of Kabul ends in a Taliban victory and Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is established. 1996, confusion on a tanker ship results in the Julian oil spill in Portland, Maine. 1998, the Google Internet search engine retroactively claims this date as its birthday. 1999, Saint John McCain of Arizona officially opened his campaign for the Republican presidential nomination. The same day, former Vice President Ben Quayle dropped his White House bid. 2001, in Switzerland, a gunman shoots 18 citizens, killing 14 and then himself. 2003, the Smart 1 satellite is launched. 2007, NASA launches the Dawn probe to the asteroid belt. 2008, CNSA astronaut Zhai Jingang becomes the first Chinese person to perform a spacewalk. 2012, in Minneapolis, gunman shoots 7 citizens, killing 5 and then himself. 2012, NFL referees returned to the field after a tentative deal with the league ended a lockout. 2013, President Barack Obama and Iranian President Hassan Rouhani spoke by telephone, the first conversation between American and Iranian leaders in more than 30 years. 2014, the eruption of Mount Ontake in Japan occurs. 2017, Playboy magazine founder Hugh Hefner died at the age of 91. 2018, during a day-long hearing by the Senate Judiciary Committee, Christine Blasey Ford said she was 100% certain that she was sexually assaulted by Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh when they were teenagers, and Kavanaugh then told senators that he was 100% certain he had done no such things. 2019, over 2 million people participated in worldwide strikes to protest climate change across 2,400 locations worldwide. 2020, Second Nagorno-Karabakh War, Azerbaijan launched an offensive against the self-proclaimed Republic of Artsakh, inhabited predominantly by ethnic Armenians. 2021, R&B superstar R. Kelly was convicted in a sex trafficking trial in New York after decades of avoiding criminal responsibility for numerous allegations of misconduct with young women and children. Thank you very much for your patience.